Yes, and we are live. What up, what up, what up, y'all? Once again, I'm your host, Young Smooth, here for another Friday session. We're kicking it with Young Smooth, and to that side, I got my homegirl, one of my favorite people in the world, the Queen. Neffy Raps is in the building. Hey, boo, what's good?
Going on, love? How are you?
I am excited just to be here. I am so tired. This pandemic has killed me. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm exhausted.
For no reason.
Yo, like I feel like I've worked harder than I have since I was 14 years old.
They working you.
And, and you know I'm only 20, so you know how that go.
Oh my
Yo,
God.
it's crazy. It's
This so good.
crazy. So how has everything been though?
Oh man, everything has been like all gas,
Oh,
no, like it's been a lot going on. Still putting out music, of course. You know, dropped the Bay record a little while ago. I got a Gimme
mhm.
joint that's gonna be coming out in a few weeks. I'm super excited about this record.
Right.
Um So yeah, man, doing that. I'm doing the radio thing as well. I got the vibe session going.
Hmm.
Co-owner of Power 214 in Dallas, Texas. So yeah, I got that going, man, and just staying busy, man, creating content. Creating new shows. I got the Misbehave show going on my OnlyFans. I also have
Right.
Neffy going on over there. So
Right.
staying busy, man. I'm kind of like having my hands in everything right now, so it's good.
Right. And we're gonna talk and touch on a few of those things, but let's go into one of my major questions that I ask everyone because it is a thing. How has the pandemic changed the way in which you've done things at this point?
Oh man, so the pandemic changed a lot for me. I started the year with my Drip Fest concert series. It feels like
Mhm.
forever ago. It feels like it wasn't even 2020. It feels like it was like before then because like this year's been crazy. But the beginning of 2020, I threw my first showcase out here in Dallas. It was called Drip Fest, and man, it
Mhm.
was crazy. Like, man, we had artists fly out from all different places. We had Dallas artists. We had a few people fly out from Baltimore. It was like crazy.
Right.
So like artists was like, yo, when y'all gonna do it again? So we literally were like putting things in place to run a part two, and then the pandemic hit. So we had
Right.
to pause the whole show series for the right now. So that was a
Mhm.
big thing that I had to adjust with. And then also the interviews, like I would see so many artists up at the station, like at least 2 to 3 artists a week. And then I was like, I gotta really peel back because I don't know who's gonna come in here with the Rona. I don't know who's gonna come in here breathing on me. So I had to peel,
I'm not gonna be able to do it. Just
adjust to doing the virtual thing, which a lot of people are doing now. It's kind of the wave. So I just got with that. And so it just, for me, it didn't really slow me down, but I had to adjust everything I was doing. Like I had to be
right.
real quick on my feet and just kind of go with the flow, like a lot of people have. So that's
Hmm.
kind of how I've been, navigating through. So that's yeah.
Yeah. So how is the adjustment of Dallas? So you've been there with almost what, like 2 years now?
Yes, 2 years, a little over 2 years now, actually.
Ooh. So how is
Yeah,
the adjustment now? Are you officially adjusted?
I think I'm as adjusted as I'm gonna be. Yeah. But Dallas has really become my second home. It really is a beautiful city with beautiful people. I always say it was an adjustment for me being from the East Coast, being from
Yeah.
Baltimore. So it's absolutely an adjustment coming down south, and then of course coming to Texas. But you get used to the culture and the people, and you learn to appreciate it for what it is. And so I rep Be More everywhere I go. It's like they can't, as soon as I open my mouth, they like, where you from? You from the East
Hmm.
Coast? You from, they always think it's New York. I'm like, no, a lot of people confuse Baltimore accents for New York, but, um,
Not the
you
same.
know, and I'm repping, Ravens Nation, period pool. So, the Cowboys out here, the Cowboy fans are like crazy people out here. They do not play about them Cowboys. So when I say Ravens Nation, it's like automatically a situation.
Oh, look, you know how we act out here.
I'm
You
telling you,
know how B-Town act. We don't play about our Ravens.
we don't play Purple City. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, man, it's definitely been an adjustment. But you know, for me, I'm kind of like that person that likes to experience different things, different places. So I've been kind of enjoying what that is. You know, getting around out here. So shout out to the Triple D, man. Shout out to my city, man. I need to come back. A lot of people like, when you coming back? I'm like, I
Right.
don't know, maybe Christmas time. I'm trying to get back. So I definitely got to come back through and see everybody.
Or if you get here in Christmas, we acting up. I'm sorry. And I haven't acted up in a while. In a while. It's been a
You know,
minute.
I never know how to act. When do we ever get together and I'm on my behavior? That's just not even. That's
That
not what.
doesn't doesn't happen. Not gonna happen.
No.
Um, but yeah, no, because I remember us having that conversation about the difference of being an East Coast person and then going towards the South and the West side of the map. And you're right, we always are on go mode where they're more of a more laid back kind of slowed down kind of situation. So I can see how that adjustment was a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely was a lot.
But
So
I
you're
never
working. Yeah,
still
I'm
like.
sorry.
I said I never slowed down. I'm still going.
Yeah, no. You always about to go. Um,
Yes.
so it looks like you are working on another project, of course. We got Bay, we got Drip Queen.
Hmm.
I'm seeing a lot of sexiness, seeing
Hmm.
a whole lot of sexiness. I believe that's part of the OnlyFans package, which is $14.99 if you'd like to know. Just saying.
For the rest of this month, and then it's gonna go back up to 19.99.
Mm.
But no,
And get my-
but yeah, and then Get It and Go. Also drop Get It and Go. Can't forget about that joint. So,
okay.
you know, I'm hitting them with the singles right now. Then we got the Gimme record that's about to come out. But for me, a lot of what I've been going through as a woman lately, like just kind of exploring who I am and being comfortable in my sexuality, being comfortable in my own skin. I think it's kind of a lot of women right now that are I think kind of just paving the way. I mean, I give a lot of props to women like, Rihanna and her Savage Fenty movement, just showing women of all shapes, sizes, wearing lingerie, being beautiful. I love that. I'm a
Okay.
Rihanna fan. Riri, we need some more music. Holla at your girl. But anyway, like other people like Lizzo, kind of, and Lizzo's a big girl, but she's so comfortable in her sexuality and that freedom. And for me, just kind of exploring that has been so liberating. And for me, like a lot of people don't even know, like I used to write erotica poetry in high school and shit, getting in trouble.
Good.
Like I used to be all in. So it's like, just getting back to that and, exploring, giving y'all all aspects of me, as complicated and crazy and quirky as I am.
Right.
That's a big part of my personality. So, just giving more of that. And it's
And
been
we got a couple of tastes of that because we did on Raw and Uncut, especially with Lotus. That was
yes,
that was a huge thing. Um,
yes.
I love that record. Still listen to it now. It's on my playlist. As,
Hey.
as a matter of fact, coincidentally, I was like, I needed to relax. So you know how I always tell you when I relax, I play Call of Duty. I happen to be playing Call of Duty. Like, yo, all of your songs just started coming on the playlist, and I just shuffled it, not thinking about it. And you're talking about 3,000 songs, and
Mhm.
your songs jump right onto my playlist.
I
As a
love
matter of fact, I must have listened so much. Remember when Spotify was doing at the end of 2019 when they were doing what was your 2019 like? You
it.
were
Hmm.
all throughout that whole list.
I love it. I love it. Thank you. You always show love. I appreciate it.
Y'all show it back, and I realized I made a declaration on what I wanted to do, and I realized I have to kind of manifest it and continuously say that I want to be like the Angie in my city. You know what I'm saying to you, and just continuously putting that out, having those good vibes, and making sure that everybody gets the best interview possible. You know what I'm saying to you, because we here for a limited time, but we got to party while we here.
I'm telling you, and these platforms, I mean, shout out to you. I've been watching you do your thing,
Thank you.
Kicking it with Young Smooth. Shout out the whole podcast. I've been watching you, connect with a lot of indie artists and give them a platform. Like a lot of people don't know how important that is to artists. And then a lot of people don't know even how hard it is sometimes for artists to get on indie platforms. So, even for mine, I'm like, man, that's big for me. Like,
Right.
even to be able to do that, like it's like in my own little way, I get to give back, so it's definitely a beautiful thing. So shout out to you for doing that, and I see you getting dope guests on, you know what I mean, like you doing your thing.
And to add insult to injury, shout out to you because you reposted my brother for FDA Kenny. He's my
Yes,
brother-in-law. That's my man.
I
That's
didn't
family.
even know that. Wow,
Yeah.
it's a small world.
And you'll be proud of the kid. I'm actually on a track on that album. That's
Okay,
not. I'm on a track on that album. I worked on some stuff with Crab. You
look
know,
at you.
you know about that. You know, a little shoulder shrug, just a little bit. Yeah, and hopefully I can finish locking down the sponsor, so get a coin. It's a
Okay,
okay. So yeah,
precious.
it's a lot. It is a lot going on. It is a lot happening. So how is the change between like being a rapper and that grind that you had 2, 3, 4 years ago to now kind of like only being not primarily only being a host because of course you do more, but making that the main focus of what you're doing. How did that change kind of come about?
Well, it for me, it really was going from being a rapper to being a brand,
Mm-hmm.
uh, being a rapper to being a businesswoman. On the track to being a mogul as a woman in this industry. You know, my it's funny. I said this the other day. Like my grandmother says, like if you cut me open, like I just spill open with all these things and ideas and all kinds of stuff. So it's just like of course, when you first get started, especially as an artist, you focus just on your artistry. You're in the studio, you're making music. That's me. I thought I had to out bar, out rap every nigga. I got my Timbs on, my sneakers on, and you
And you
get in the
do.
thing, and I still do. Even when I talk my shit, I'm still. They say don't get Neffy on the feature unless you coming hard with your buzz, but
Um,
um it's just like for me it was important for me to kind of pave my way in another way, because rap is always my passion, but at the same time, how much doper is it to be independent? Like, I hooked up with Adventures, Chris Gotti, and they showed me kind of how much money and how to monetize yourself as a brand. So it's
mhm.
like, oh, it ain't just about being a rapper, it's about being a brand. You
Right.
know what I mean? So when you realize that, it's like you look at people like the Nipsey Hussles or the Mac Millers or the Tech Nines, and they're brands. They're not just rappers. Nipsey had businesses and a lot of other things going on. And for me as a female, like that's been so important because I've had some cosigns and some people stamping me, but I've been on the indie grind, putting up my own money.
Yeah.
Been on BET, been traveling and all of that off
Mhm.
my own merit. I'm not signed to no label. So it's like once I was able to accomplish those things as a female, I'm like, man, it's time to level up. So for me, that's kind of how I look at it. More so becoming that brand. And I look up to people too, like Luda. Like Luda started in the radio market. A lot of people don't know that. And then
Mhm.
he was able to get people to kind of take him seriously and listen to his music. So I feel
So
like everybody
I'm
has
feeling, I'm feeling like you listened to my last podcast by a chance because literally, I'd lie to you not. Literally, my last podcast was in support of Back for the First Time, which was exactly what I talked about last week. That is hilarious that you bring that up.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So
literally did that. But yeah,
yeah, it's
no,
like everybody has their own path. It's no right way or wrong way to get to where you're going. So for
right.
me, as long as I'm making money doing what I love, and I'm living good, then I'm good with that. So
Mhm.
moving into a new house tomorrow, so I'm excited about that.
I'm
Uh,
excited for you. That is a lot.
yes, I just been out here trying to apply that pressure and really pave the way for females, especially because
Mhm.
it's different for us in this game. It's interesting.
Right.
So yeah, that's
So,
cool.
But look, just remember what I told you. What I want to say, almost 3 years ago. I said to you that the game is going to change and it shifts, and it's going to reflect in your favor. Like it is definitely there at this point. And look at where we are. We have artists like Megan that are truly just paving the way, and you got the City Girls, and you got Cardi and Nicki, and so on and so forth that are like trailblazing the way and doing something that is completely unheard of. And female rap was like, yo, there was a standstill. You know, there was a whole point between, and we say female rap just to put it into perspective, because if you're a rapper and you got bars, you rap. That's bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a point in that game and in that genre of music, allegedly, that there was no money. But to show you out here getting the bread and saying I can get to the bag, that is so commendable. That is so amazing.
Yes.
And that's my friend. So
oh man, if you honey, what you doing? Right?
You know what I mean? Right.
So, you know, that's just the focus, man. I look up to a lot of the people that did it indie. Like Nipsey definitely was a big, like Nipsey was hustling $1,000 mixtapes. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know, that's how you do it. So, you know, it's all in finding your bag as an indie artist. And that's kind of what I did. So
speaking of your bag, though, since you said that, so this OnlyFans situation. I am excited. What are we looking forward to in this OnlyFans situation? I'm very excited. I've seen some of the pictures, and I can only imagine what is on there.
You are a trip. You a whole trip. So OnlyFans is one of my mini bags. You know, I'm involved with 2 companies. I'm co-owner of Power 214. Also just opened a second company. I can't tell y'all too much, but I'll make it soon. But I also do the OnlyFans thing, and for me, it's just like really it's the side of Neffy that you want to see, but you can't find on Instagram, if that makes sense.
Oh, it makes sense.
You know, my fans, everybody know I'm about that life. You know, if you listen to my music, you listen to certain cuts, you already know what's really going on. So it's like for me, to give y'all a look into that side of me, my world, my most intimate, you know, pieces of lingerie, or like the Misbehave show where I'm kind of getting into what I like, what I don't like, you know, the funnies and all of that. Like, it really is just a side of me that you're not gonna see on Instagram. It's kind of like my alter ego, like Neffy Zaza, like, you know what I mean?
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm here for that.
You know, that is the energy that's going on over there. And it's more than pictures. You know, I respond to everybody. As long as they're being, you know, halfway decent, as long as I ain't asking for nothing crazy. You know, I respond to my fans. It's a place to really connect with them on that level. And, you know, just do dope things. So it's not what y'all think. A lot of people think it's pornography going on my page. There is no pornography going on
Girl, you're over there cooking, like literally in the kitchen cooking.
But hey, cooking with Neffy is on there. I'm cooking in my lingerie. First episode, I did the garlic butter lobster tails. You know, let niggas know I can cook. You feel me? You know.
Like, so you how to get that bag.
Period, poo. Okay.
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
Yeah. So we're doing another episode of the Misbehave show very soon with a good friend of mine. She's hilarious. It's going to be so funny. And basically, we just break all the rules on that show. It's unfiltered. So it's a lot of things going on over there, man. You just got to go check it out.
Let me go ahead and get my money up now, okay? And when I come out to Dallas, I'm going to be like, look, I said what I said, okay?
Yes.
I don't care how I'm cooking. It is what it is.
Yes.
So the Vibe Sessions is your baby, of course. How did you and I had a conversation about that a while back? But how did that start for you?
So it's a crazy story. I actually came to Dallas, and like right when I moved here, like I'm just doing. First off, I'm partying like crazy. Like I'm hitting every party bar. I'm just on my ass. Like, it was crazy. So then after I got that out of my system, I'm like, all right, let me, buckle down. So my team started to look for like media shows, things for me to do. And so it was funny because a lot of the Dallas platforms at first was like slow to like give me a interview. They're like, oh, she's from here, la la la, that political BS, whatever, right?
Right.
So we hit up this one platform. My people's hit up the platform and they got back and was basically like, well, she's not from Dallas, but we'll let her come through. Like, they had to talk to their people or whatever, let me come through. So I came through and they just asking me questions and I'm running my mouth. You know me, I just be talking. And that day I was like gone. I was probably talking about everything. I can't even remember.
Right.
But after the guy was like, and I didn't even know who he was, but he was engineering that show. And he was like, let me take your information. We might want to work with you, la, la, la. So, of course, I'm new on the Dallas scene. Like, but at this point, I had already done, like, APTV. We was already on, like, ABC2 back home. Like, all of that had already happened. So, I was like, all right, I ain't going to trip because they don't really know me out here in Dallas. So, whatever.
Right.
So, he was like, yeah, I want to get your information. Let's work together, la, la, la. He calls me in the office like within a week for a meeting and it's like, have you ever thought about having your own show? And I was like, I talk a lot, I'm opinionated, whatever, let's give it a try, let's see how it goes. Like, and me, I'm like, if an opportunity come, I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna see what comes of it, whatever. So he put me on like Sundays during football season. Right? How whack is that? Niggas is watching football, but I took it. Okay, let's do it.
Right.
So went from Sundays to like Monday or sometime during the week. And then like it really just started organically booming. Like we had so many artists that wanted to be involved. We started having artists fly out from different cities. Like we're in Dallas. We had artists flying out from Oklahoma City, from Arkansas. We had artists flying out from California. We had like artists flying out from New York. It was just people coming from all over to be a part of the vibe session and what we had going on. So they were like, yo, y'all need more days. I was like, yeah, we do need more days. Let's do more days. So we went from like 1 day a week to like 3 days a week. So right now I'm Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 5 to 7 Central. And then so after that happened, like we still was booming. We really were at capacity with the 3 days. So it was like they didn't really have a choice but to sit us at the table like, yo, let's really talk some business. So we came on as co-owners of Power 214. We're part owners. It's 4 of us in total. So that has been a new thing for me in 2020, adjusting to what that means, what that looks like, on top of the music and the hosting and all of that. So it's like it's always something. I'm pulled in some direction all the time. If it's not creating the music, it's something related to the radio. If it's not related to the radio, it's something related to the vibe session or whatever. So it's like it's a beautiful thing because I kind of get to do a little bit of everything. But that really is how that happened. It was organic. I'm gonna tell you right now, I say this to everybody, I had no clue that I was gonna come to Dallas. Number one, do that interview. I'm just looking for media like most artists do. I'm like, yo, let me get my feet wet out here. So did that, and then it just kind of grew and snowballed from there. And so that's really how it happened. And so here we are 2 years later, the number one show, of course. Shout out to all the shows, but
number one
on the platform. Comedians are on the platform. Man, we got Black engineers, like scientists on the platform. We got all kinds of shows. So it really is a dope experience right now for me. So we'll see how
it was great. It's a lot of manifests. You and I also had this conversation. We've had a lot of goddamn conversations, but
yes,
you and I also had that conversation before you left. And you was like, yo, Dallas is the bag right now. Like you were very serious about it. You were like, look, I'm gonna go out there and it's a lot of media network, but for you to not have any idea that was even gonna be the case,
I did
manifesting it into existence.
Yeah, on Mothers, like it literally, I had no idea that it would go into, you know, become what it did. It just
Mhm.
happened, and I applied a lot of pressure. Like it did take a lot. It took a lot of getting used to. Like I had to learn how to do the radio thing. I'm an
Yeah,
artist first and
right,
always. So even having to, I talk, but it's a different thing having to get on the mic and
right,
do it live and be on the other side of the mic because I will always be the one getting interviewed. So now I got to talk to people,
right.
and so it was different. It was an adjustment, but once I got it, I was like, I could do this. So it's like, I really have been, enjoying what that's been like. So
I'm
yeah.
so proud. I'm so damn happy. And it's not because you're my friend, but I am very, very happy for you because you are literally paving a way like no other. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, the visuals are sexy. This is another way to get the bag with your OnlyFans. This is, you're hosting and you're doing your thing. And you showing love. You showing love and you didn't even know you were showing love. Like I literally scream because I go through your shit every day. You know what I'm saying to you? Because real friends have to say, okay, what does my friend do? I do the same thing to Kalada. I still go to her through her shit every day, and
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And I'm
Yes.
like, oh, so I go through it, and the vibe session was the normal situation and all the artists and new artists, and then I saw FDA Kenny, and I said, she don't even know.
Yeah.
She don't even know. But
Man,
that,
we've had so many dope people, man. I've interviewed Mr. Lee. Shout out to Mr. Lee. Uh,
mhm.
I got K Goddess coming up. Man, I can't like I've interviewed hundreds. I can't even think of everybody like at this point.
Do you have somebody that maybe sticks out that was a favorite? Like this was a great interview.
Somebody asked me that the other day, but listen, I gotta say, my guy Trees Da Vinci, we had him on like days after he got out of the hospital from being shot, and this is when I first started doing the virtual interviews, because we had, fell back a little bit from the in person because of COVID,
Right.
and started doing the virtual one, and we had no idea of his situation. We didn't know he had just gotten shot. We didn't know he had just got out of the hospital, so he pops up on the screen on the virtual, and he got the bag on him still, and he's
Right.
showing us that, and it's just like he's saying how you know that interview gave kind of gave him what he needed to keep going after what he had just been through. So even being able to touch artists in that way to me is so super dope. It makes it worth it for me. So
Mhm.
that definitely stuck out to me. Shout out to Trees Da Vinci. He's doing well now. But yes, if y'all go look on my YouTube, y'all can catch that joint out for sure.
Now, because the vibe section is so prominent and so filled with so many dope artists, of course, and if you
Mhm.
want to send you my way, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
But because that is the case, and you are an artist, are we talking? We're working with a few. Somebody's getting on a track with the Nefsters. Like, what's going on there?
Actually, I have worked with a few artists, that have been on the vibe session. Few of them have done features. Actually, I just did a feature with a guy. Shout out to Hollywood GRK. He's from New York.
Hmm.
Um, I've done a few international records. I've done a record with Nigerian artists, some Afrobeat joints. So yeah, I've actually done quite a few features. I'm always willing to work with the artists as long as they have some budget.
Hmm.
Don't come with me like, yeah, Neffy, because they be in the DMs like, yeah, let's do the feature, and I'm a share the song on my page, and you can share it on your. No, that's not that's not how we move.
That was the old days. That was before the bag.
Yes,
Like,
that was before the bag. So,
yeah.
but as long as, artists are willing to work and they're dope, I definitely am willing to feature with them. So that's been dope too, being able to connect with artists from because really the sounds are different everywhere. The vibe is different. Every coast has a movement, like the
Right.
West Coast, their hyphy movement, and the South has their vibe, their trap or whatever, chopped and screwed or whatever it is. So it's like really dope connecting with artists from different sounds for real.
Are you what was the question that was gonna be the question? With everyone that like has a different sound, are any of those artists going to maybe feature on your project?
Um, That's a good question. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'm trying to work on some
Oh,
features myself. So definitely
mhm.
stay tuned for that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm working on.
And okay, since we talking music, since we in the
Yeah.
music bag, let's talk about Beck. Let's
Hmm.
talk about how your sound has now evolved.
Hmm.
It's become a level of maturity, a level of sexiness, a level of you play with the music these days. You know what I'm saying to you, and it's not just the straight. I gotta body them, even though you still bodying them. I'm just saying. But
Hmm.
how was that evolution come about, especially like with songs like Bay and Drip Queen, which are equally vastly different? How was your new evolution come about?
I think it's the way I approach making songs and the way I approach what being an artist is. It has changed for me. Like I say a lot, I used to feel like I had to bar niggas to death. Like I always felt like, especially coming up. I mean, you've been rocking with me so long. I used to, feel like I had to rap fast and have the best metaphors and similes and all of this stuff, right? All of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like really, when I sat back and really thought about music, being a fan of music myself, and what sticks with me, like when I think about the songs that I can't get out of my head, or I think about the joints that's on my playlist all the time, or like when I'm in a certain vibe or mood, I started thinking of music in that way. And it made me approach it from more of an artistry perspective. Like do
Mm-hmm.
what you feel. Like if you just want to be in your feels or talk about this or that, or if you want to get in your bag, give it to them. But if you want to, get on your more melodic vibe, or really, and I'm a vibey person. I like to
Oh yeah,
smoke
you know.
or chill. You know that about me. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I'm gonna turn up and have a good time, and sometimes I'm gonna vibe out. So if that's
Mm-hmm.
what I like personally, why wouldn't I put that out in my music? So I just wanted to give people more of the artistry, like not be so focused on, you know, be having the hardest bars on every song. You have to learn
Right.
how to be a songwriter. You have to learn how to make songs. It's not just about bars, because a lot of people say like people that do rap battles or freestyles can't make records. A lot of them can't make radio records.
They really
And
can.
versa, their radio people are great at making radio records that can never get in a ring in a rap battle. So
Right.
as an artist, I kind of find myself in the middle. Like I want to still be able to get in the ring,
Mm-hmm.
but it's important to me to be an artist and show that side of me, because there's that. I play instruments and all of that.
You know
So
what
it's like
right. You do
I want
because
to give y'all that.
you play the keys, which is the good.
Yes,
But you know what
yes.
where I think that also comes from though? I think that comes from a level of artistry where you're able to play with the cadence. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying to you? Because there's a big difference. Like I've been in ciphers and spit the written, but the reason that you don't realize that it's written is because I'm able to play with the cadence, and that's
mhm,
because of my beat or whatever's kind of happening at the moment. And the whole time, it's all exactly the same thing I already wrote down. God knows
mhm,
how long ago, but you know what I'm saying too. I know how to kind of finesse that, and yeah, that battle portion is yes. I want to battle all day if I could, but I
mhm.
love to be able to create a song, and I
Yeah.
get you on that. I get where you like the pieces. You know what I'm saying, to kind of put it together because it's hard out here. It's hard out here if you can't put it together because people want something that's memorable. You know,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. You want to be able to put it on and they be like, yo, this is my jam. You know what
right.
I mean? And that connecting with people, like I literally thought of what I like the records I go to. And it's
Hmm.
like all of them, it was something about it that made me connect with it, a feeling, an experience, whatever. So when I started tapping more into that, that's what being human is. That's
Right.
what good music is. Like when we think of the greats, whether it's Beyonce or hell, even if you go further back generations, the princes and all of them, their
Hmm.
music is stuck with you because of how it made you feel. So I
Right.
tap into that. Like, what am I feeling today? What do I feel about Bay? Or if it's a day where I'm on my rah rah shit, I'm gonna come with the straight bars. You're gonna feel that energy too. But it's really
Right.
just to what really connects people, and that's
Mhm.
that's kind of the shift that I made when it came to how I approach creating music.
And I love that the sound. Like I think that you're trying a new sound. Like I feel like they and Drip Queen, and of course, other projects that are coming out from this sound nothing like the kick, like Raw and Uncut. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You're not. You have to branch away from it, but it also classically still has Neffy in it as well. So it's not like, oh, I don't even know who this artist is anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mhm.
love the fact that you branded it like that, and I love the fact that you're always thinking business mind and business oriented, which is so great,
Mhm.
so
Yes.
good. Um, so I know I always ask you this because we always talk to females in the game.
Hmm.
Looking at what has been happening recently with the WAP movement and Megan coming out with all of this beautiful, beautiful music. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about this movement again?
I love it. I love seeing females kind of doing a thing, being seen. I know for a long, long, long time it was only like maybe one or two that we would see or hear. And now
Mhm.
it's so many. So I really love seeing that, and I love that they all have their own niche. None of them kind of sound like the other.
Yeah.
And at least from my opinion, they all kind of have a different vibe. But I think that it'll keep growing for the females. I think that is this is just the beginning. Like I think the female rap side of things will be just as strong as the male rap side of things eventually. So we'll get there, but I love seeing it. I love it. It's
Mhm.
liberating, and I think it inspires a lot more that want to do it. Like just do your thing if that's what you want to do.
And I like the fact that there's still a level of diversity because you can as quickly turn on the Cardi or Megan, you can turn on the Rhapsody and
Yeah.
get what you need and get that feed for your soul. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Hmm.
different. It's definitely different out here.
Yes,
That
or Chica or Tierra Whack. Like
I
it's
love
so
Tierra
different
Whack.
vibes. You
Yo,
know, it's different vibes. So it's like whatever mood you have is definitely somebody that can fit into that. And I love it. I love to see it.
yeah.
Shout out to all the females doing their thing.
I love the fact that Tierra Whack gave us a whole visual and it was like 15 minutes. And I was like, I needed all of this.
Yeah.
I needed a potato falling and talking like I needed all of this.
Yeah.
I didn't know I needed this Tierra, but I need all of it now. Like this is awesome and amazing.
Hmm.
Um, so let's dig into the dirt. What are your thoughts on this Tory and Megan situation?
I it is definitely one of hip hop's biggest stories as
It
of
is.
late.
Mhm.
Um it is a thing because I am so like pro protect black women. I don't play games. If anybody know my mama like we don't play. Like the women in my family, we are batshit crazy. We wish a nigga what.
Right.
So that's that. But I will say that I've kind of been watching it unfold, and I'm like, bro, I just want to know the truth. Like,
Right.
I believe Megan. I believe that, of course, she was shot. She had wounds.
Hmm.
Um, I don't understand why Tory's not saying I didn't do it. Like he's
Right.
jumping all around, but not saying I didn't do it. And then the friends are unfollowing, and I'm like, are y'all like fucking with us or what's going on? Like, I just really want to know. Like, so I think that the story behind it makes it so much bigger of a story because it's kind of like every day a little piece comes out or Tori's going live and people are
Yeah.
throwing in a monkey wrench and I'm just like, somebody tell me what's really going on. Like,
So here, okay. So one, make sure you tune in to Kicking It with Young Smooth podcast on all of your social platforms. Here's the thing. I have said this, and I just said this on my last episode. A victim is a victim until a victim is not. Okay. I honestly believe Megan. I believe that she got shot. However, I believe that the story is skewed in a certain kind of way because sometimes since you got to make it make sense. Like if you step out of the car, I ain't ever stepped out of a car facing a nigga
mm-hmm,
to know exactly who to point out. My theory, this is alleged, my theory is that the whole time, really the black woman that they are protecting is Kelsey, is the friend. Okay.
mm-hmm,
My whole time, the whole theory was Kelsey. Yes, the gun may have been Tori's, but Tori didn't shoot her. Kelsey shot at her out of whatever rage that was in that bitch, and ain't nobody saying nothing. And that's the friend, and that was the homegirl he was screwing with, and all of this shit. So don't nobody really want to dig too deep into it. But my whole theory is that it's Kelsey. They need to fire the shit out the bodyguard because clearly, whose body are you guarding? No one's.
Listen,
like,
first of all, where was and I mean, I don't know what was going on in the car, why he wasn't there, but I'm like, what is really going on? But hey, if that's true, that would be a crazy twist to the situation. I'm like, what would she be so upset about? I mean, are they fighting over Tori?
Yeah, from what I've heard is of rumors that they were okay. So the rumor is that they were at, first of all, y'all not very fucked up as black people to begin with. You was at a Kardashian Jenner house. Y'all thought that was okay? Y'all were drinking open bottles during the pandemic. Y'all thought that was okay? Right, okay, right. Y'all thought that was okay. So then, on top of all of that, we got paraphernalia, we got weed, we got guns, and you thought that all of this was okay. And one of the things that I think that I have to I can't hold Megan completely accountable because I think that she's looking for love in all the wrong places. You feel what I'm saying to you? Because of the fact that her grandmother's died and her mama died. And I get that. And you're looking for that love. And sometimes that's just not where it is. You're looking for it in the nigga. First of all, I'm 5'4", but don't look at no nigga that's shorter than that. That's ridiculous. I don't just stop. That nigga's at your kneecaps. If you can't even see him, why would you ever?
So, I'm in the fifth on this one, okay. I'm sure already. So listen, I ain't gonna slap again. Listen, Tori might have been climbing that. Listen,
what?
You never know. You never know. I ain't mad at them at all.
I am not.
All I'm gonna say is, it is a crazy. It really is like a crazy ass situation. I will say protect Black women always. I'm definitely a fan. Meg Thee Stallion for the record. I've been a fan of both of theirs. Like I truly have. I'm not gonna act like I have not been a Tory and Meg fan. It's just for me. If he shot her, I cannot forgive that. I need to know the truth. But if he shot her, I can't forgive it. But if it's some flu going on too, that's gonna look crazy. So right now, I really am just like, okay, let's get into it. But always you should believe with. And protect.
I think they're trying to protect the goddamn friend. They both don't want all of the dirt to come out. The friend got an NDA. She ain't said nothing.
He must got a third leg. Something is going on.
That nigga killing the game. He is killing the game for the short niggas, okay?
Listen, it's rough out here.
It is. It is. But yeah, no, I think that have you speaking of the industry since we in that, have you also kept up with this Jaguar rights situation?
You know what? You know what's so funny? Jag is actually out here in Dallas.
She is.
And it's funny because I was hearing that she was like ranting and like airing people out, and I was like, nah. So then I saw the videos. And I came across one, and she actually mentioned people that I know, like groups of people that I personally know. And when she said it and what she said about it, it was true. Like at least that piece I heard, I was like, okay, yeah, there's definitely some truth to that. So I will say, I think Jag is in some pain, and I think that a lot of people are also catching stray bullets. However, being a female in this game, it is a dirty, dirty, dirty game. And I will say that never underestimate when you hear a crazy ass story, never underestimate how true it could be, because it's a crazy situation. Not saying that everything she said was true, but it was one piece I heard. I was like, that shit is true.
But you know what? And so I equate this to Kanye. Like, first of all, the new song just came out too, which I was very I don't know where I am on this yet, Kanye. So give me a minute. But
Mhm.
Kanye not lying to y'all. Don't just assume because he is bipolar, he is manic, and those are all things that are well documented. Don't assume there ain't no fucking truth in it because there's some goddamn truth in it. I've been a conspiracy theorist all my goddamn life. I have watched y'all niggas do all of the shit that you do. I
Mhm.
am very, very well aware and very versed. Diddy come up off some of that money. Clive, we see you. And that's all I'm saying. We see you.
I will say we don't want a manic person to be our president.
I'm
So
not
you
voting. I'm not
better
voting.
not write this nigga in on the ballot. Listen, I'm voting for everybody black except this one time in my
You know
best
what?
Issa.
I'm done. And the only reason I'm voting the way that I'm voting is because we got a black woman with him. That's it.
Listen,
Like,
we
you know,
can't have Kanye hitting the bomb button because he's having a bad day. This
yo,
is not what we want.
we don't want Kanye to hit the button because somebody don't like his fashion, them ugly ass shoes, or the fact that he gained weight. Like I don't want you to be mad about none of those
He gonna
things.
be mad about them Yeezy sales. He gonna be like, Yeezy sales is down. Bow, hit the bomb.
Right. I
Everybody's
was a
fine.
billionaire before I became president. Sir, this is a story
No,
of
we're
beauty.
not
What are
doing
you
this.
talking about? Yo,
We're not doing this.
I'm just not like, yo, even in the new song, he talks about it like Kanye, I said Kanye 2020 for president. Sir, I'm not here for any of this. Not the shenanigans. You know what I'm saying to you? You pull them out every time.
I'm
God,
all for save Kanye and him finding the good Lord. Anybody on their spiritual journey, more power to you.
right.
I will remain spiritual and ratchet as a mixed breed. So
Oh,
more power to him. However, comma, no, not the president thing. Y'all need to act right and stop playing.
in my mind, I believe that God is a prankster because see, here's the thing. God took Kanye's mother. Danya was the sanity on the lid. She was right there on the lid of it. She
Mm-hmm.
knew her baby was crazy. She was okay with that. She knew it. She was like, but he is giving you so much work. And he's
Mm-hmm.
giving you so much great. I have rocked with it, and I used to say it all the time. I'm really off and on with Kanye. Like I have a love hate relationship. I might like this album. I don't like the next one, and I was okay in that bag. And then he said George Bush don't like black people. True, but but then it started to unravel. And after his mama died, I said, yeah, this the end. This is the
Bruh,
end.
yeah, it's been rough for him. And I feel bad. I really feel bad for him because I feel like, that really messed him up.
Mhm.
However, I don't understand the presidency thing. I don't get
Mhm.
that part. But, everything ain't made to make sense to me. All I know is don't write Kanye and stop playing. Then he gonna tweet out Maryland is on the ballot. Y'all know how bad that made me. I wanted to call everybody back home like y'all stop playing with me because I was seeing some of my friends back home posting they was writing Kanye in. I was like, bruh, this cannot be life. People
Like,
are really about to write him in.
please do not write him in. Please do not. I mean,
I
I
think
know we have
he
the
makes
lesser of
great
two evils.
music.
Yeah, I know we have the lesser of two evils to think about right now. But for the love of God,
Don't.
we can't look like the assholes in this situation when they look like the assholes this time around. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't look like when we like, oh, do y'all know if you vote him in, that means there is a Kardashian in the White House. I'm moving. I'm done. I know
What
that
country
you
you going to? You doing the Ghana dual citizenship? Where you going?
done. I'm gone. I'm gone. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I know I can't. As much as I wanted to go to Nigeria, right now really ain't the time for
Oh,
that either.
now, not now. That
I'm
pop.
done.
Ooh, not
I'm,
now.
I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
out. I can't. And it's like, you know what? One of the things is that we don't have a great amount of leadership in that way. Because Ice Cube, you about to have to make me take you down off this wall. Like,
Yeah.
sir, are you believing what the Donald is saying and telling you?
Mm-hmm.
You are 51 years old, sir. Sir, I can't believe somebody that automatically lies to us. As a matter of fact, he lied and told so much stuff. I need to understand, are the kids still trapped in the cages? Because that was a couple of years. Did they free the children?
2020 has been one for the books,
I'm
period.
just saying. We've gotten so much that's gone on that we don't even think about things that happened prior to or up to it.
No, your mind can't even grasp everything at once. It's not possible.
Every day. I mean, and then like the children in the virtual school. I mean, this is one thing, but this could have been anything. We could have FaceTime, we could have did whatever, and it would have been fine. But children have to do a virtual school. I don't have to leave my home, so I could still be here, but I could always be playing video games at the whole time. Come on, yo. I know if I was a kid, I would have fucked up. I know if I was still a kid, I would have fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of kids are being left behind. I'm hearing like everybody ain't passing. I'm like, damn, it's rough. Like it's crazy.
Right. Oh, so I guess Baltimore is exposed at this point because that no kid left behind shit is not happening.
It's not going on. Not right now. It's crazy.
My city was big for that, but which also makes me mad because we talk about we the city that read. How we the city to read, but we passing motherfuckers that can't.
You know what? They definitely got city that read all on the damn benches and everything. Listen, we try. Okay.
I was on the north side. I got my education. I feel I'm on the north side. I can read. And it might be days on the show where it sounds like I can't. That's because I got like 30 steps running through my head. But yeah, I can read. Don't make no damn sense. I want what I want from 2020 is I want you to have a seat in all the motherfucking arenas. I just want it to be over. It is so bad to the point where I don't even know what day it is. Sometimes I'll be like, what day is it?
Yes. I miss being out in these streets. Like I really do. I miss traveling. Like, I don't like to sit still. So I really have sat real still more than I ever have in a long time. So I really hope that this Corona COVID mess kind of just wraps up in 2021. It's like a breath of fresh air. I'm just putting that out in the atmosphere. Y'all mark my words. This shit will be over soon. But we just keeping our head down right now and kind of maneuvering through it. But I swear, I hope 2021 is lit because I'm ready to be out here.
Okay. I missed the whole birthday.
Yes.
No. And I was having plans, bruh. I had plans to come to you. Like I had a whole bunch of shit planned. And I was like, then you told me that the Texans wasn't wearing no mask. I said, ooh. Yeah, girl, I'm not. I ain't gonna be able to do that. I ain't gonna be able to do that.
But you still gotta come.
I will, but I got asthma, so that's
so pause.
Well, I got that mask. But you know what? It's funny because being such an advocate for the mask, like, oh, wear a mask. Bruh, we not supposed to be breathing in the carbon dioxide that we breathe out on a regular basis. That's not supposed to happen. That's not how the body is made.
Well, listen, they argue that surgeons and doctors wear masks all the time.
Yeah, but you're talking about 8 to 12 hours, which is a work day. They don't wear them when they're getting in their car and they're going home with the rest of their family. And you know what I mean? Like they're not wearing them like that. That's the job piece. That doesn't have anything to do with that. Shit, I can't go to the store. Like, and I think when we do officially come out of this, we are all going to be scarred completely.
Yeah. Because I already got OCD a little bit. Germophobia.
It is so much. I just had to get butter for every season, which would be my new sponsor, butter for every season. But I just had to make sure I got something on my hands because they were so dry and blistered. And as many times as I washed my hands, I've washed my hands more now than I have ever in my life. And call me dirty, say what you want to, but I literally have been like, oh. And then furthermore, what makes it worse is I am literally counting and actually saying my ABCs as I'm doing it. I'm like, yeah. That's how I do it. That's how I get to that 26 to 30.
Not the I crooked letter I.
Right? Like, oh. Speaking of which, since you brought that up, have you watched P-Valley?
Yo, P Valley is my shit. I can't wait for the next one. I'm trying to get some of my music in P Valley. So if y'all know
Working.
directors is, holla at your girl.
Yes.
Um, but no, listen, I love the show. I think it's super dope. It's gritty. It's
Mm-hmm.
grimy. And you know, we're kind of close. Dallas is not that far from Mississippi, so it's actually a lot of people that I met out here that are from there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, just to kind of connect with that culture and see it, you know, kind of come to life on TV, I think it's crazy. And I think it talks about a lot of things that are so taboo, but it's really a part of everyday life in this stripper world and the hip hop world and this underground world. So, you know, it's just kind of blowing the lid off a lot of shit that really be real and that's been
And that little
any
murder.
so
I said, wait a
hey,
minute, little murder. Wait. Let me tell you something. TV now has made me the young of the smooth. It has made me who says some nasty gutterbutt shit. TV has made me have to clench my motherfucking pearls.
oh, you had to clench
Oh,
those.
like Jesus.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this? No, not even no lube, sir. This is ridiculous.
I know
Sir,
we did not have a warning, but you know, I think it's
no.
to have all kinds of representation on TV. You know, it's a lot of people that are against it, that speak against it.
Mm,
I actually had a little disagreement with someone up at the station about it because they said something real like sideways, and I'm like, listen, like that's not cool with me. You know, I'm definitely a supporter of love is love and people
right,
kind of being able to be their, you know, true self, their genuine self. So a lot of, you know, there's some pushback that I hear about it, but I also think it's good that those stories get told because they be real. Like,
right.
because we be, I mean, we know people back home. Like, come on, let's keep it a bean. Everybody knows somebody with that same story. There's a C murder in every city, a
Mm,
poppin' C murder in every city.
mm. Well, no,
Um,
not a C murder, a little murder, because girl, C murder, that's a whole nother story. You mean
oh
little murder?
shit, you know what I mean. I'm sorry, the thing that kicked in. You know what
You
I'm saying?
don't say no C murder at
Um,
all, girl. Girl, he got out from prison reform
but
thanks for
yeah, my
Kardashian.
bad. Little murder. I done got him confused. What's up, Monica? I done got him confused. Um, but
I'm not doing it with you tonight. I'm not doing it with you. But you know what? And I love the fact that we are having a lot of black entertainment and
Mhm.
black entertainment for real. Like I am in love with Lovecraft Country.
Yes.
So for those that don't watch it, you do need to watch it a second time. Because I
Mhm.
will be honest with you, I missed so much. I was like, oh, that's what that means. Oh, that's what this means. It is one of those things. First of all, it's Jordan Peele. And y'all know Jordan Peele, he don't play around. He wants to mind fuck you at every turn, like every single time. I'm
See,
like,
that's
oh,
I
but
like the scary movies and that's like that's my vibe. Like
right.
I'm a girl that has seen all of it. So I love it. I love Lovecraft Country. I'm like, oh my God.
And I'm just happy that it's again, it is us. Although, however, the book is actually written by a white man, surprisingly. Um,
Mm,
but I like the representation. I like the fact
mm,
that they did an episode that kind of spoke to the Emmett Till situation. It talked about like our in the same episode, like our representation of what it looked like back then. Like they showed like the Uncle Ben Rice and Jemima and like the Jigaboo situation. I was like,
mhm.
I love this. This is so smart, and I love smart black TV.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I
I can
love smart black TV.
I don't like the like mediocre shit like about like basketball or football. I'll be like, bruh, this storyline is so like I want something that's gonna really like have me on the edge of my seat. So
Right.
I agree with you. I think you know, shows like that.
Mhm.
Even How to Get Away with Murder, even though that's over, let me tell you,
Used to
I
be
love
the shit.
that show.
Right.
That was my shit. So I love what else was I watching? I was really big on Power. I feel like I don't know if I'm watching Power right now because people are like trying to boycott Power. You boycotting Power or you still watching Power?
Here's the thing. I actually stopped watching Power and Empire around the same time. They both bored me to tears. because it was just a little thing. Now I was going to watch Power Book 2 because it was like, oh, you can still get into it, this, that, and the third, and I was going to get into it because I love Mary. I'm a huge Mary fan.
Mm-hmm.
However, comma, Mary, I'm gonna need you to dig deeper in this acting, coach.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly a reading coach too, okay? Because I don't watch an episode or two when I said,
Don't talk about
And
Auntie Mary like that,
no,
okay?
fuck that, fuck that, fuck that. Everybody keep trying to protect Mary. Now, goddamn it, Mary,
Listen.
this is bullshit. Look. I love a good actor. Like my next goal in life is to start directing videos. You know what I'm saying to you? And I want to be behind the directorship, and I want to learn how to do that process.
Mm-hmm.
There, there's as much direction and as much script as somebody can give you. You can get all of that, but if you don't have that off, that's it. Like we loved her in the Umbrella Academy because we were like, oh, it's good, it's something. But we also love the Umbrella Academy because we didn't see a whole shitload of Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing a whole shitload of Mary at one time
You
in
not
the
feeling?
acting, no, no,
Oh, it's all
no,
right, Auntie B.
no.
You still Auntie. She's still Auntie.
But you still give us good music. But furthermore, I don't even know how long that's going to last because if you ain't on somebody's Coca Cola,
You know what?
just saying. When was it? Now, David, when was the last Mary J. Blige? She was like, "Oh, she touched my soul."
I had to sip on the drink.
Because I love Mary and I love her. I've even gone to the Mary and Nas concert. I love her to death.
Mm-hmm.
However, there's like in a lot of times in the music industry, if there's no junk, there's no soul. I think that Mary has come to a prime. I don't really need her to do much of nothing else. But unfortunately, she got to because she got to pay Kim B. However, which is sad.
You know what? You sure you ain't got a drink over there?
I don't.
Yours.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, yo, and first of all, shout out to that nigga because that nigga is a finesser. Okay, because
Now, see, that's
how?
a watch, ladies.
That is who you watch for.
You
Okay.
gotta watch.
Any nigga come at you with color contacts, watch his ass. Color contacts fuck you up every time.
It's always the color contacts.
I'm talking about these my eyes. Nigga, no, they not. Just because you paid for them, that is not the natural color that is in
Wow.
your retina. It is not.
And they be the ones that love to stay in your eyes too. Like, boy, bye.
Oh. But first of all, you know they the same motherfuckers that don't never blink. And the niggas that don't blink, they crazy.
Right.
Yo,
Thank you. We've been sitting
yo.
here for 10 minutes.
When I tell you, you know, we know for sure. But like, yo, when you see niggas that don't blink,
Mm-hmm.
walk away. Walk away. He might be good. He might even have good dick. Walk away. He's gonna fuck up your life.
Walk
If
away.
he can't let his eye follicle just moisten just a little bit, he's gonna fuck up your
Not
life.
the glisten in the eye.
Like,
Not the
yo,
lip filter.
just a little bit. Something. Because something is wrong.
I'm not doing this with you tonight. We not doing it.
I'm trying to tell you, like, yo, don't blink. Something
I'm
wrong with that.
it.
It is. I've seen it too many times. I'm like, it's a wheel and it's not turning. It's like on the gauge and it's just shaking. And it's fully moving. And I just can't.
Mm.
Okay, but so we can wrap it up because I know you gotta make sure that you get ready for tomorrow because yay.
So excited, y'all.
So lessons that you learned for 2020 and what do
Yeah.
you want to do in 2021?
Lessons I learned 2020. Absolutely for me, 2020 was a big learning year for me. So I learned a lot about myself and about other people. But the biggest thing is to trust myself, trust my gut. I've been doing this for a long time, and a lot of times in the beginning, I would question myself a lot, or if I was doing the right thing or whatever. And now I'm just like at the point where not trusting myself creates problems. So it's like
Mhm.
go with your gut. all gas, no brakes. And that's probably my biggest lesson for me in 2020. So I'm looking forward to the new record. Gimme is about to drop in 2 weeks. Very sexy record. Y'all ain't even gonna be ready for the big shit I'm talking on this record. EP, working on the EP. I'm excited about that. Hopefully I'll have that out before the end of the year. Also still shooting the Misbehave show. Still shooting Cooking with Neffy, still doing the vibe session. So y'all be looking out for all of those things. And yeah, man, I don't know what else 2021 will bring besides all of those things. We hope to resume the Drip Fest concert series as well next year. So y'all never know what I could be doing in 2021. Shit, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, but y'all know I always keep my hands into everything, and I'm always be dropping the music, the content, and keeping it lit. So I'm excited for what's to come.
And as long as Kanye is not president, you'll still be lit.
Yes.
Listen,
you just said a word today.
That's how I'm always so confused. Do y'all not? Let me just say this. This is the reality. I have literally kept my TV on CNN at least as one source. I didn't say reputable. I just said a source.
A source.
Just a source. Some type of, just knowledge of kind of what's going on. And every day I'm yelling at it, yo, do you know every morning? It is weird to put on your socks and your shoes every morning and be like, they lying. Nope, that's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
That's too much. Y'all don't see this conversation. And like if I don't walk out of the house immediately, I will be there like all day, like, so you still lying. So this number is not really that. So of course he said that because it's stupid. It sounds like I have to break away. But one of the things that I have also learned in 2020 is bet on black. And bet on black, I mean bet on yourself. Because you talked about me doing all of this stuff, and you and I will talk about what happened a little bit later personally. But and it also has all come full circle, which I'm very happy about as well. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you gotta bet on black, and you gotta bet on your goddamn self and say, look, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put my money here. I'm gonna work on this. I'm gonna try to work on that. That's why a nigga got a background because I wanted to make sure that I was putting my effort into that, and my 2021 will be I'm going to put my effort into me and those around me that matter. And like, yo, the reason why I do these interviews and why I want to do the interviews is because y'all have given so much to me. You've given so much musically. You've given so much love. We've had great conversations, great inspiration. So I love you. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I love you.
It's all love. If we go back so far, like literally, y'all don't know, we go back to like the beginning of my journey. And back then, I didn't change my name 8 times since then. I was rocking as Nefertiti emcee. Like he knew me when I had the regular, regular with the chunky butt. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Don't tell nobody. But no, for real, I always appreciate the love. I'm very proud of you and all the dope things that you are doing and accomplishing. So definitely keep doing your thing.
Thank you so much. Well, once again, y'all, we had an amazing interview. Neffy, you stay on for a second. I'm gonna talk to you after we end the broadcast. So I'm gonna put you in the background for a quick second.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Once again, that has been a dope ass interview with my girl, Neffy Raps. Make sure y'all check out on all the streaming platforms. Make sure you go get Day. Make sure you drip. All of those things. And don't forget to tune into the podcast. And next Friday, I got another special guest. So it is all awesome. I love y'all so much for tuning in. I love the comments and all the feedback, and I thank y'all so much for the show. The show will not grow without you, and I appreciate all of y'all. So, till next time, peace.